It's your girl, Sadi Rose, coming to you with today's word. Welcome to the Celestial Kingdom frequency, where we are very intentionally creating heaven on earth, challenging ourselves to really think beyond what this dark matrix has programmed us to believe. And we are choosing very intentionally on how we're going to show up and how we're going to live with our community of trusted friends on this channel. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. Today's word is mediocre is not normal. I know, y'all, things have been like kind of upside down, topsy-turvy for a long time. Like, people only kind of think in the spectrum of the life that we live now, right? Like your lifespan. But like, I know stuff has been jacked up for generations, for thousands of years. When we look at history and the stuff that was going on, golly, y'all, humanity, we've definitely had some dark times. But I think I look at it in terms of my lifespan in the 80s, and I just feel like the 80s just felt different, y'all. For some people, I'm sure it was hard, but like the 80s growing up in the U.S. felt different. And there were people who always thought that mediocre or average was okay. They just to get by. And I don't mean just grades, I mean at life. Like, just to kind of get by and to not try anything new or different. But y'all, I feel like everything is inverted. Like, even back then, there were some people who felt that way, but like overall, people strove to be excellent. At least in the United States, like people I knew, they wanted to be a good person. And if they weren't, they hid it. At least, they wanted to, have goals. They wanted to accomplish it, whatever those goals were, even if they were just surface, getting a house, having a family, living a good life. Today, it's like everything is upside down. Like everything is, bad is now good because you got all these demonic celebrities and their puppeteers promoting it. And now mediocre is somehow good. Like, people actually dumb themselves down now to fit in. You remember? Inclusion is a heck of a drug. Especially the young people. They're dumbing themselves down to fit in, to be mediocre. It's intentional efforts to be mediocre. I know someone very close to me like this. She is so brilliant. But she doesn't want to stand out because she wants to fit in with her peers. And all she wants is their love. And of course, that's indicating that she is lacking of love of herself and in her community, the supports that are needed to her. And, every time I think about how there are so many of us now who strive to be mediocre, just nothing more than what is exactly expected. I'm going to go for the bare minimum. I call it the bare minimum effect. I'm going to show up to work bare minimum. I'm going to show up, but I'm not really going to work. I'm going to show up in my relationships, but I'm going to treat them like they're transactional. We're both going to pay rent. I'm going to speak in the morning. I might give him a little something, but then like nothing else. Like, I'm not really going to feed into this relationship. I'm not going to really try to spend alone time. I'm not going to try to develop a real relationship and friendship with this person. I'm not going to feed into this other person's children if they have children, like, that are not yours. Like, I'm not going to feed into our children because that's happening too. Like, people are doing the bare minimum for people that they love. I'm going to do the bare minimum. I'm going to be mediocre. I'm not really going to support my family the way that I should. This is a lot of people. Like, I'll show up at family reunions. I'll show up at holidays. I'll give Secret Santa gifts. But when it comes to like really supporting people in the way that they need and really protecting your family members, especially when we're talking about the children that are often susceptible to assault by family members. And when it comes to protecting just women generally from, abusive relationships, domestic violence rates are so high. And when it comes also to just protecting the young men too, like being that father figure, being that mentor for them, especially for brown and black communities, like being that mentor. The brown and black boys have so much stigma, and they have so many targets put upon them for nothing that they've even done besides live and breathe. They need that extra support from that uncle, from that cousin, from that coach, from that father, real fathers, or, stepfather. Like, they need that support. But when you talk to a lot of men, they're not my kids, not my problem. That's her kids. I'm going to let her deal with that. That's not my child in terms of, your sister or your cousin. I got my own problems I got to worry about. Brothers, bare minimum. That's not normal. You're supposed to love your family, and it doesn't just mean your immediate family. It means your soul tribe. It means your community. If you're part of an extended family and you see that your sister, you see that your aunt, you see that a woman in your family has young men and there's no father present, you should not give the bare minimum. You should be showing up so that they have a male presence. Women don't always need another man to come into their lives, especially with children, especially young children, young men or women. They need just a strong male presence, and they need to see example of what good men are so that they know that it's possible, so that they know it's real. I have been struggling, y'all, because I'm pushing myself to the next level. And, like today in particular, I just got tired. Like, I got really tired. Like, I was like, what am I doing? All I want to do is relax. All I want to sit down, relax. I want to listen to music. I want to play with my dog. I want to play with my kids. I was going to say something. I want to be with my man. I want to spend time with my daughters. I want to look for colleges with them. Like, there's so much I want to do. But I'm on business right now. And I'm over 40, but I am on business because I'm learning the things that I should have learned as a young lady had I had the right influences in my life about housing, about equity, about banking, about investing, about financial wealth, about just, financial literacy. And all of that stuff I'm going to apply. Everyone in my family, I'm going to volunteer to host trainings once I become a pro and I'm going to have business. I'm going to train everybody on the fundamentals of how to set yourself up for financial stability and success so that you can live a life worth living, where you can actually do what you enjoy doing and not be stuck, get down, Willow, in a 9-to-5. That was y'all just got a surprise little cameo from Willow, but you couldn't see her. So I'm planning on doing that. So it's gonna be twofold. It's gonna set me up, to be profitable and to make a way for my living, doing what I aspire to do with these books and being a spiritual educator and teacher. But it's also going to do more than a bare minimum with my family. They don't need to just see me every once in a while. They just don't need me to send money on birthdays. They don't need to just have me call, even though that's good too. They need me to feed knowledge and give them the wisdom that they need to be successful in their lives, to be that mentor for them, to be that coach for them, to love them the way that they deserve it. And I plan to not just do that with my family. I plan to do that with so many people. I strive to be excellence. And that is who we as God's children are supposed to be. We are supposed to aspire to be the best versions of ourselves. Excellent, divine, shining, brilliant beings of the Most High God. Don't let this world brainwash you that being mediocre is normal, because it's not. I love you.